You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Edwards. Victoria Sheehan has the night off. For a few gym members, their Saturday morning workout served as a dual purpose, to stay fit and support a worthy cause. CrossFit Gym in Tuscaloosa held a workout of the day fundraiser this morning to raise money for two boys battling cerebral palsy. WVUA's Marilyn Vaughn has more in tonight's top story.
3-year-old Tucker White and Holland Smith have been battling cerebral palsy since they were 2. According to Tucker's aunt, Brittany Shamblin, a method of treatment for the type of cerebral palsy the boys have is a surgery called selective dorsal rhizotomy, which can be very expensive.
Holland had the surgery back in April and is doing physical therapy right now for that, and Tucker is having his surgery in September. So we're raising money for those families and families in the future that the kids will be having this surgery.
Members of CrossFit Gym who participated in the fundraiser did an intense workout called the chipper.
It ends up being a lot of reps, like I said, they call it the chipper, where you just kind of chip away a little bit, each rep at a time, just to try to get done as fast as you can.
And when the participants got tired, they didn't have to look too far for motivation.
You want something like this to be pretty challenging, so you keep the people that you're doing it for in mind, because they live day to day with things that we couldn't even imagine. You know, you and I take walking for granted, just like most people do with both these kids. You know, it's a struggle for them to walk every day.
Supporters are optimistic about each boy's condition and future.
These boys are very full of joy and have lots of fun, so it's not something we're sad over, we're excited over.
They have such big hearts and love everyone, and I'm so excited for this and to see their future after the surgeries.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Marilyn Vaughn, WVUA News.
If you would like more information about Holland and Tucker, or if you'd like to make a donation, go to WVUATV.com and click on numbers and links. And hundreds of bicyclists hit the road today for the 10th annual Hot 100 bike ride. Bike fans from all over the Southeast came together to raise money for a good cause. The funds are being used to support the Wounded Warrior Project and the Mental Health Task Force. WVUA's Tommy Townsend was there and took a spin with some of the riders.
The Hot 100 bike race has been around for a decade, and it shows no sign of slowing down.
The first Hot 100 had 78 pretty much local cyclists come out for it, and today we sent off about 430 people. So we're having a really great year this year.
Many cyclists like Marcus Tillman say it's a great way for bike enthusiasts to get together and help others.
We're supporting a great cause. The Wounded Warrior Project benefits from the ride. So, you know, it was good to drive over and just spend some time with fellow cyclists.
A primary concern was safety. They made sure to keep the riders well hydrated, and they even offered out cold ice sleeves and towels. The training staff had a fun banter going with the cyclists.
Hey, if we even suspect you're crazy, we're dumping you in the tub, okay?
And they did it to check how they're feeling.
If they're not joking or having fun, then you know that's a rider we need to kind of keep an eye on further down the line.
After seeing all these cyclists, I decided to grab my bike and join in on the fun. So I'm not exactly Lance Armstrong on a bike, but people with the Hot 100 say experience isn't that important.
A lot of people I notice call this the Hot 100 bike race, but it's not actually a race, it's a ride.
In Tuscaloosa County, Tommy Townsend, WVUA News.
WVUA is covering Ralph, Alabama, where a community is coming together for a man battling stage 4 mantle cell cancer. Residents brought out sweets, water slides, and even horse exhibitions, all in an effort to help raise money for Brandon Honeycutt. Mantle cell cancer is a very rare form of cancer, and it only affects about 15,000 Americans per year. Honeycutt frequently travels to New Jersey for treatment, but when the trips were beginning to get costly for the family, that's when friends stepped in.
It's really hit the whole family hard, but Brandon's a fighter. He's our conservation officer in North Alabama, and a super nice guy.
It feels great to help out somebody in your community because, I mean, this is the type of family that if the table was turned and it was one of us, they would be there for us.
If you would like to make a donation for Brandon Honeycutt, call Michelle Carlisle at 205-2101543. And now an update on the Dan Boisseau case. Tuscaloosa County Circuit judges and prosecutors say they're withdrawing from sex abuse cases brought against the county's former community corrections director. According to the Tuscaloosa County District Attorney's Office, in September of 2011, Louis Daniel Boisseau was charged with sodomy, sexual abuse, and extortion involving 4 alleged victims. Now all 4 county judges and the District Attorney's Office have recused themselves from all proceedings involving Boisseau. Boisseau is being represented by attorney Jonathan Cross and still is yet to be arraigned. Walker County Circuit Judge Hoyt Elliott has been assigned to the case. The case will be prosecuted by the Unit of Alabama Office of Prosecution Service in Montgomery. And on a lighter note, after decades of being apart, a group of former University of Alabama bodybuilders and powerlifters were reunited. Today at Winsel's in Northport, members of Bama's Barbell Club from the 60s, 70s, and 80s swapped old stories and remembered their training days at UA. One member says the camaraderie is what brought the group back together.
We met up and said, we just gonna have a reunion. And this brought us back together because when we built back in the 70s, we worked hard and we was dedicated. We supported one another.
And the Road to 15 kicks off in 35 days. Alabama's Crimson Tide will begin their 2012 football season at the Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas on September 1st. The team will face off against the University of Michigan's Wolverines. And signs of excitement for the Tide's first game are popping up all over Tuscaloosa. Taco Casa on 15th Street is counting down to kickoff, as well as Innisfree Irish Pub on University Boulevard. WVUA spoke with some Bama fans about the first game, who told us they're sure the Tide will bring home a win.
2 great teams, and I'm certain Alabama will shine and do very well.
I can't wait for Alabama football season.
Alabama doesn't lose, you know, and when we do, it's, you know, it's a fluke.
There's no question in my mind that Alabama will beat Michigan in Dallas, Texas, September 1st, 2012. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide!
And according to Director of Public Relations for Experience Arlington, Decima Cooper, Arlington, Texas is preparing for the Tide. According to Cooper, this is the second time 2 college football teams have taken the field in the Cowboy Stadium. You may remember LSU and Oregon faced off last September. Cooper says they've designed a program to make sure all fans have a great experience.
We created the Certified Tourism Ambassador Program. And what that is we trained all of our hotel and taxi and restaurant and anybody that would have to do with the public and tourism. We trained them to be able to answer questions and show some really great hospitality, you know, Texas hospitality to anyone that would be coming in.